out of the way. Got the wall started building. All right, and let's see, make sure got chat, all live chat here. There we go. A little bit of a train wreck every time we start this, but other than that, say hi if you're here. Right now we are kind of doing some deburring with the deburring tool. As soon as I find the deburring tool, with 300 Win Mag brass. That's what we are up to tonight. And of course I can't find it on my bench right here. So I'm just a little disorganized. Hey, what's up, Justin Defymatter? How you doing? Defiblander. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. So I guess I'll start with the primer pocket reamer. I know some of these Hornadies don't have good primer pockets. So that's that. Let's see. I'd like to thank Natchez Outdoors for that. Good on you. Yeah, doing good. I just spent an hour on the bike, trying to get in shape. So trying to lose with the man boobs here. So there you go. What's up, Keith Gregory? What is up, Chris Heisteman? Good to see you. So I'm gonna have to find my deburring tool again. I don't know what happened. It must have dropped. It falls off my bench all the time. Or maybe I actually put it back in the right spot. That'd be amazing. Yeah, that didn't happen. But anyway. There it is. Found my deburring tool. There you go. Reloading tonight. Yeah, reloading. Just doing some brass prep on 300 Win Mag. What's up, David Posey? Yeah. I've already done some brass prep. I came down here planning on resizing and depriming all these, and then they were all resized and deprimed. When I got to the box, I forgot I'd done it. So 280 AI or 270 WSM. I would go 280 AI. Has a lot more bullet choices as far as weights are concerned. So that's that. So that would be me. Both of them are kind of a rare caliber now, but you can find ammo on the shelf. But yeah, I would go 280 AI, 100%. Trump or Biden, neither. I'll probably vote for the Libertarian, or I'll probably write in Rand Paul again. I don't like either one of them. Voting for one is like eating diarrhea, and voting for the other is like eating a turd. Either way, you're eating crap. So that's how I feel about those two. Right wing, left wing, two wings of the same bird. And that bird is quickly falling into the ocean and, quickly falling to the ground. Splash. So thanks for asking, though, Angel. I appreciate your thing. I do not like political prosecutions. I think Trump's getting done wrong. And I don't think, Hillary Clinton didn't get prosecuted, even though the FBI said they had the evidence. Bill Clinton didn't get prosecuted for his hush money. He paid Monica Lewinsky off. We know he did. So, kind of is what it is. What's up, Justin Perriman? How you doing? So, looks like I've already done most of this box. Sweet. Most of this box is already done. So I'm just going to be inspecting these pieces of brass. Always inspect your brass at multiple stages. So, just a Perriman's from North Carolina. It's always good. Good place. Yep. Always a good spot there. Hillary violated national security protocols despite being in the training video on what not to do. Yeah, that's for sure. Yep. So, I don't like the fact they're railroading the man, but I don't want to vote for either one of them. I voted for Trump in 2016, and he supported red flag laws, and that's just, I can't good conscious vote for somebody that supports red flag laws. That cannot happen if you want my vote. So, again, I guess I'll be writing in Rand Paul. Senator Rand Paul, if you're listening. Anybody in Kentucky that knows him out there, I'll probably be writing him in. Like, I don't like either one of them. So we don't need another 4-year Biden's chipping away at our gun rights. Yeah, and we don't need another 4 years of Trump chipping away at our gun rights. He ordered the bump stock ban, and he ordered the ZN6 ammo ban, and all this kind of stuff that the ATF was doing. He was giving them permission to do, and now with Biden, they took it off, and now they did the braces and the private sales, and it was just crazy. So like, we don't need another 4 years of either one of them. All right, that's what I like. Finally got some CCI large rifle Magnum primer, Winchester large rifle primers, and match large rifle primers. Good job, man. Thank you for getting us off of politics too. I appreciate it. So, yeah. So, I think I'm gonna write Anthony from the Orange Scholar in for president. So, why are you homeless? I'm not homeless. This is my basement. There's a troll we got to get out. Sorry, the Illuminati. We do kick trolls out in here. If I've got any of my, there we go. Let's see. I got a couple of people in here who are moderators. But double check here. There we go. So, yep. All right, let's see what we got down here. I had 2 failures to extract in my new SIG P365. I believe about 300 rounds through it. Going to number my mag and see if one of them may be ultimate. If failure to extract is usually not a mag. It's usually the extractor or the extractor spring. This was Freedom Munitions American Steel. And, that could be it, too. A lot of pistols don't like steel ammo. Just waiting on my 6.8 Western Brass, 165 ABLR and 175 Sierra Game King. Tipped Game King, can't wait. Sweet. Need some drywall? No, actually, I'm actually putting plywood. I'm actually putting 1/4-inch plywood, really thin, cheap plywood on that. And the reason for it is it's gonna hold my moose antlers up. What's up, Teddy Two Guns? Channel member. Appreciate it, brother. I'm just sitting here doing some brass, inspecting the brass, making sure it's all good. Might do that. Bought me a Ruger 1022 or 22, a Ruger 2245. Pretty fun gun. Yeah, did you get the Gen 4? It's easy to take apart. That's pretty cool. Yep. I like those 2245s are one of my favorite guns. I like the light ones. Any experience with Lil Jabarrels? No, never heard of them. So, did you see Federal started releasing their new 10mm? I did not. Which one it is? I do have some of their hardcast to test, but I don't know exactly where it is at the moment, but I have some. Anyway, yeah, I have a dumb question. If a round drops on the floor on the primer, would it go off? If you had something sharp on the floor, sticking up, like a pebble rock that was sharp right there, it's possible, but it's very unlikely. Yeah. I only shoot brass ammo. I don't mess around. There you go. Yeah, only shoot brass ammo. That's for sure. Yeah. Work is slow. They paid me $9 for 2 weeks. LOL. Guess I'm fishing. There you go. What's your opinion on the Steyr AUG? The one I've shot was at the Iraq Veteran 88 shoot, and it was amazing. I got to shoot the 24-inch in fully automatic, and I'm telling you, that was fun. That was fun. Because even though all the weight's in the back of that gun, it stayed on target really well. It was really good. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty interesting to say the least. So yeah, so we're just inspecting all these rounds. There we go. Are you talking about the Syntec? Yeah. What's up, Hotep? Good to see you, Hotep. So I have to ask, is Hotep your actual name? That's pretty cool. And what does it mean and what culture is it from? I like hearing that from other cultures and stuff like that. If not, cool. Just got an A300 Ultimate Patrol. I love it so far. Great shotgun. All right, Jasper. Man, that is a good shotgun. Very good for bear defense. That's a great one for bear defense. All right. Show enough. So, Have you shot the Glock 18? I have not shot the Glock 18. I'm sorry. Closest I had was the MCK braces that they make for the Glocks, the pistol brace. They had one at the first IV 88 with they had a Glock 9mm inside one of those braces that was fully auto. But they were SOT, so it wasn't truly a Glock 18, and it was inside one of the braces. Nah, Hotep is a greeting. Depending on what period you go by, it means peace or offering. Oh, cool. Well, I offer you my peace, which I have right now because the kids aren't home and the wife isn't home, and I love them. But there's not peace and quiet when they're home. I gave up peace and quiet for 20 years. What suppressor do you recommend for hunting rifle? I'm not the one to ask, but I would go ask New York Prepper or Drop It Like It's Scott or somebody like that. But I would say the line of rugged suppressors. Rugged makes an Alaskan titanium. It's $1,300, but you know, before the tax stamp and sales tax and all that jazz and transfer fees and all that stuff that goes along with it. But it's rugged Alaskan. It's a titanium can. It weighs virtually nothing. It's awesome, and it has an up to 338 hole in it, so it can do up to 338 Lapua. So that would be that. Sorry, I touched a button there just to see what the next comment was, and this new Google circle back thing pops up. All right. The Alaskan 380 just came back and stopped where I am. That's the cheaper version of the TI. Yeah. So, let's see. So, what your take on someone considering moving to Alaska, Chuck? Why are you considering moving to Alaska? If you're worried about prepping and the government falling and all that kind of stuff, it's actually one of the worst places to be. Because if you're on the road system, you're near a military base. And if you're off the road system, you're not near any supplies, which is how you planned it. So just to, you know, kind of is what it is. It depends on why you're moving. If you're moving because of a job, do it. I moved running for my divorce in Georgia. I didn't want to be divorced. I was, you know, not happy and all that kind of stuff. And I decided, hey, screw it. I'm moving to Alaska. So kind of is what it is. And I've the best decision I ever made. So I'll go to you. What's up, man, Gabriel? All right, man, it's not processing very well. Aiden Duncan, I'm not going to answer that question. Hope somebody else did that. It's weird. Have plenty of cash if you're looking for a house in Fairbanks. That's for sure. I shot my can. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. Should I edge to the Nissan Skyline? I have no idea. Believe in Glock 20. A lot of people, a lot of trolls in here tonight. We're going to get nuked first. Yeah, that if nuclear war starts, Alaska is number one on the list. Because guess what? Guess who defends the rest of the country and Canada from nuclear weapons? Us. So, yeah. Beautiful state. What's it like up there? Oh, it's great. Like, it's beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. There's places to hike and bike and all that kind of stuff all the time. So, just getting away from the insanity of the mainland. My ex ran to Georgia. Go figure. I ran away from Georgia. Man. What's up, Gun Totem Minnesota? How you doing? Make sure everybody go subscribe to him and everybody else that has a channel in here. So, yeah. Tons of trolls. My comment got passed by. I'm sorry, Kevin. Let's see. Just submitted my Canadian forms for my weapons, primers, and powders so I can drive up to Alaska. Hopefully by the end of the week. Depends on Canadian approval. You're invited to go shooting. Okay, cool. Thanks, Kevin. I actually have time because I'm a school teacher in the summer. All right. Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. You've already been through there. Have you ever heard of the JTS Aracuda? Nope. Yeah, we're gonna get nuked first. I'm in South Carolina. South Carolina's beautiful too. My wife had a cousin whose husband designed and built a church, and it's in front of like Flat Top Rock Mountain or someplace like that. I forgot the name of it, but there's this big flat mountain on top, and this church is like in a windy country road right there, and behind the baptismal is all glass, and you just see this mountain. It's pretty cool. South Carolina's beautiful too. It is nowhere near like Alaska. Alaska is like Colorado on steroids, except we're not as liberal as Colorado. We're purple, but we're not as liberal as Colorado. So that's always good. So there we go. So kind of is what it is, but yeah. Guntown, Minnesota, and go subscribe. Do you hunt? If so, what do you hunt? I mostly hunt caribou, black bear, and moose. That's what I hunt. Ducks and grouse. What's your favorite whitetail hunting cartridge? Well, the one I killed the most whitetail with was a 223 55 grain VMAX, and I put it right there. But it would not be my favorite. It's not appropriate for everybody. I had an accurate enough rifle. I did it over food plots. I would have to say that the 308 Winchester would be my favorite whitetail cartridge. It just seems to put them down a lot quicker than 270. I had a lot of them run with 270. The bullet was going so fast with 270, it would just break apart inside of them. You never have a blood trail. Just walked in the woods and find your deer 30, 50 yards later, you know. Hopefully you found it. So I'd have to say when I shot a deer with a 308 and a 150 grain bullet, it went right through the deer. I actually found in the blood trail the ventricles to her heart, half of her heart laying in the blood trail in the field before I found the deer another 30 yards later. So 308 Winchester would probably be my favorite. 6.5 Creedmoor and 7mm rate will work just fine. I would love to go down and hunt deer with somebody. Anybody want David Posey? Are you finding a place for me to hunt deer? I'd love to go down and hunt deer with my 6.5 by 284 Norma, which is what I killed my moose with last year. So, you know, I would use the same bullet too. The 127 grain Barnes LRX going about 2980, which is about 110 feet per second faster than it goes in the 6.5 Creedmoor, and about that much slower than it goes in the 6.5 PRC. So I do not. Why is it doing this? I am not. Okay, I'm going to have to do this differently. All right, let's see. Yep. All right, Brad Kiefer, what's up? Hey, I finally caught you live. Awesome. Alvaro, howdy, Chuck. Calling here for a bit because of work. Okay, good to see you, brother. I'm going to see if I can do this instead. There we go. Maybe now I can get better at. Yeah, there we go. Are you reloading? I'm just checking some brass. I'm not actually going to reload tonight. I was just felt like coming down here and pretending like I was loading to do that. I'm doing some deburring and some primer pockets, making sure some of them got done already. Some of them didn't in this box of brass. I was coming down to actually deprime and resize this box of brass, and apparently didn't need to. It was already deprimed and resized, so. Been reading into this deck ammo for a bit. Supposedly it reduces wear and tear on the barrel and fouling. The 10mm has a hard cast core. Yeah. I'm gonna compare 10mm barrel loads at some point soon. Speaking of which, some of them just fell off of my reloading bench. I gotta organize this reloading bench. So yeah, it just fell off right there. So Carolinas are great for natural beauty, but I like being near everything. Beach, mountains, valleys, lakes. There you go. That's a good point. Hey, we got it all here, too. The beach is just cold and sometimes dangerous if you get on the mud flats and the tide comes in and you're stuck. Do you think Alaska has more mentally ill people than other states? Yes, by percentage, yes, absolutely. Not even close. We have deer. We do have deer. We have Sitka blacktail. Teddy Two Guns. You got a place we can go hunt them? You got a boat to get to the islands that they're on? Up in Alaska, do you have access to all the same produce foodstuffs as mainland? Just yes, I do. Yes, I do. Quite easily, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Why do you look like my helper teacher, Mr. R? Okay, Autumn. I am a school teacher. Yeah. Do you moose hunt yourself, or do you do the guy thing? I'm moose hunt myself. I want the meat for myself. I'm sorry. Like that's that. No, but a lot of crazy people are attracted to Alaska. I mean, look at I'm living proof of that. I came up here during my divorce. Oh yeah. So, not kidding. Can I sing "Happy Birthday" for me? I guess you can sing a happy birthday for yourself. I mean, I do have another channel where I write music. I have a happy birthday on there. The link is in the description. Go check it out. Happy birthday to you. How long does the daylight last in the darkness? I've heard it's lengthy in Anchorage. So right now we have usable daylight that you could shoot by. Like you could see your target and shoot by until about 11:30, and it pops up again around 4 a.m. June 21st is the solstice, and it will be usable all then. And then when the days start getting shorter after June 21st, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. My dad does hunting. Cool. Yeah, 3 hours of pure darkness right now. What's up, Catherine Howard? I'll shout you out. All right. Marshall Maya's great. You're welcome to come down here. I will even fix you up with a place to stay. There you go. On June 21st, Fairbanks will have 21 hours of sun above the horizon. And the 3 hours that the sun is not above the horizon, you can still have some light, like twilight, evening time. It'd be like 7:30 in the fall in Georgia. It'd be like that, or 6:30. So. Have you ever used 7mm ring mag on moose and caribou, and if so, how effective was it? Yes. I have shot two caribou with 7mm rim mag. I have not shot anything. I've shot a black bear with it as well. The black bear, it was not very effective on because I was using a bullet that I didn't know at the time wouldn't open up. I was using the Barnes TSX, not the tipped one and not the LRX. I was using the TSX. I had 4 shots go right through the lungs, act like a full metal jacket. One of them veered off and clipped the spine. The very first one clipped in the spine. And yeah, it was quite interesting there. The next caribou I used ELDX. Never again will I use ELDX. That one exploded on the spine and didn't break the spine. At 212 yards, it hit. I was going for a high shoulder shot. My scope was a little bit adjusted to the wrong power, so my drops were off, and I hit higher than I expected to, and it chipped the bone on the spine, did not hit the spine. She kind of stuttered and started walking again, and I just aimed lower and got her. But I'll never use ELDX again. And then my best shot with 7mm rim mag was at 459 yards. And let me go back. The black bear was at 319 yards. And with the Barnes TSX slows down pretty quickly because it's an all copper bullet. It doesn't have a good BC. It slows down pretty quickly, and bam, it just did not expand at all at that distance, which, that. But so I decided to use Barnes LRX, which is one of the best ones you can use right here. I use the 145 grain now, but that was a factory load before I hand loaded. That was the 139 grain LRX, and the LRX was amazing on the caribou. I didn't find the exit hole, and I didn't find the bullet. I know some of the petals shed off, but it dropped her right there, 459 yards straight through the heart, and she just went down and folded up. So yeah, I like 7mm rim mag. I had it with me on my moose hunt, and I didn't take it. I left it locked in the truck. I didn't take it, and I wish I would have. It was like just a lot more knockdown power. But I was going to hunt with my 6.5 by 284, Savage, which is my most accurate gun. The 7mm rim mag is my second most accurate gun. I was just going to hunt with the 6x284 until I got something, and lo and behold, I thought maybe a spike fork moose or a small moose would come out that would be legal, but lo and behold, here came this big moose, and I wish I had got a bigger round into him. To be honest with you, so 7mm rim mag is very effective on moose and caribou. I did not use it on my brown bear. My brown bear I used 338, which is the same casing. That's the parent case, 7mm. I know monos doesn't get a lot of praise, but since I heard about them, I feel like a bit more comfortable hunting moose or elk with a 6.5mm. Yeah, no, you'd be correct. Mono metal bullets, as long as you're staying within their expansion range, will be great on elk or moose with the 6.5. Creedmoor, yeah, even a Creedmoor could do it. It would not be my first choice, but there it is. Water taxi and Helo. If you got it, let's go, brother. Trump or Biden. I've already asked this. Neither. I've been already asked this. Neither. I don't like either one of them. Did you remarry? Yes. I have a new wife who is light years ahead of my old wife. Way better. So megaparsecs better. Not miles better. Megaparsecs better. Like the distance from, here to the 100th star farther away. Megaparsecs better. Yeah. Time works differently up here. It's hard to explain. There you go. Now that your channel has grown quite a bit, do you get recognized at local shops and whatnot? Yes, sometimes. Sometimes. Not at local shop. Not at like gun stores. I mean, they all knew me to begin with, but like, yeah, that's that. But at Walmart sometimes I'll be like, hey, there's Alaskan Ballistics. Yep, that's me. Yep. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Oh yeah, you got to get blackout curtains in your house, Hotep. So I saw Chuck all the time with a gunshot. Hello, yeah, there you go. 223 DMR. It's a long time. Good evening from Waynesville, Missouri. Yeah, good evening. It's been a long time no see. Everybody go subscribe to him. Cool. Told him about the time SWAT showed up after I had an active shooter outside my apartment. Oh yeah, I remember that. You tell me about that. Did you get crazy lights from that solar storm a few weeks back? No, we did not. I mean, some places did get some, but the main thrust of it was during the daytime. So it wasn't crazy good enough to get it during the daytime. Do you feel safe in Black Bear Woods with the 5728? By 5728, do you mean a 5.7 by 28 millimeter? Do I feel safe? No, that would not be my first choice. Absolutely not. The only thing I would use that gun for in Alaska is if I had a trap line and I was going to take out smaller animals like coyotes and fishers and stuff like that. And I want something that gave me good ignition on like a 22 or 22 Magnum. That would be the only thing I would use it for. Other than it's fun to shoot. Like the 5.7 by 28 is fun to shoot, and that's the only reason why you need a gun. You don't need a gun you don't need another reason other than that to buy a gun. So yeah, there is that. So kind of is what it is. I would know that. Hey, N Fletcher, good evening from Salamatov, AK. I probably butchered that. Salamatov, AK. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to look it up there. Ever try Remington Core-Lock bullets? 7mm mag is awesome for whitetails. Yes, it is awesome for whitetails. I do not I don't use Remington Core-Lock. I've seen them not Core-Lock quite a bit, and the BC is bad. I would have to have the bullets and hand load them myself. The extreme spread. I did a 25-06 Hills and Hollers here. I did a 25-06 versus 270 versus 30-06 video, and the numbers were so bad in the 270. They were so low and far below the box that the 25-06 actually got more foot-pounds of energy and way more speed. 120 grain bullet versus 138 bullet. But that 120 grain bullet was going 3,000 or 2980 or something like that. The 130 grain bullet of the 270 was going 2810. But it also, all three calibers had extreme spread. So if I had to use Remington Core-Lock, it would have to be me hand loading the bullets, because the extreme spread was over 125 feet per second, if I remember correctly. The standard deviations were like 40 and 50 and 60. You want your standard deviation below 20 in factory ammo, and you want it below below 15 or below 10 in hand-loaded ammo. There you go. Like your video, very new and slow up to typing, but I've been reloading for more than 40 years. Took me 10 minutes to type this. Thank you. So, Don, no problem. Thank you. If you've got any advice on hand loading, let me know. Okay. So, Alaskan women must be something special then. Yeah, yeah. He tricked a normal lady into marrying him. Yeah, I did. I won't tell you how, but I did. What's up, David? How you doing? Howdy. I was pretty surprised at your CMG video. It looks like a neat gun, though. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I did so much content with it, and I like it a lot. So appreciate that. Yeah, that was a good video. The CMG Banshee, it's got some things it needs to work on. Like, I would love to see a 10.5-inch barrel in that. That would be, right there, chef's kiss. Mwah. But and I would, I'll probably SBR if I had one like that. So. Heard anyone using the hammer bullets? I thought about using those instead of Barnes. No, I actually had a viewer just sent me some 7.284-inch diameter bullets. So yeah, is that? Do you use a gun or bear spray? I often carry both. Bear spray is pretty effective for a bear that's just kind of circling you. It isn't ready to charge you. It's kind of thinking about it and it's kind of thinking about charging you. Bear spray is very effective. But if it's already running at you, it will run right through that cloud of bear spray, and it's somewhat effective at that point. But if it's charging you, you need to shoot it. If it's nuisance to you, it's kind of being around, you need to bear spray it. It's kind of the way it works. There's a lot of people out there that say the spray is more effective than handguns. No, the handguns are about 97% effective. According to Ammo Land, there's a great article on that, Southern Boxing. But yeah, I use both, especially if I'm riding my bike, mountain biking. I like to have the bear spray there on my handlebars. They make a holster for it on your handlebars. So there you go. And if you are hiking, always have the bear spray in your left hand. I'm right-handed, so I can flip it off and spray while I grab my 44 Magnum with the other hand. And I was in the process of doing this on a small bull moose that was about to stomp us. And by us, I mean me and my dog at the time. And my dog charged it and scared it off. It was pretty interesting. And then she found every moose in the woods and started barking at him. So for a good year, I had to break her of that habit. She thought she was badass. So excuse my language there, but I am Anchorage leaving tomorrow. Any thoughts on putting a 45 long Colt through a 410 for whitetail back home in Illinois? If you have a gun designed to do that, yes. If you have a gun that's only a 410, I would not do that. I would get a slug, because the rifled slugs you can buy have rifling on the slugs to go through a shotgun barrel to make it spin. All right, you might have to do a couple of things there, but you might have to try different brands and stuff to see which one's the most accurate. But I would not put a 45 long Colt through a 410 shotgun unless it's one of the ones designed for it, like a Taurus Judge or a Smith & Wesson Governor. Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. All right. And of course, the flip side on those guns, especially with the shorter barrels, but also with the longer barrels, once you get past 10 or 15 yards, like, the shot is spread so much that you're losing a lot of kinetic energy. So the flip side of putting a 410 shotgun in those Taurus Judges and Smith & Wesson Governors is that if you don't vote Biden out, you'll lose your gun rights for sure. Vote Trump. Well, Trump took away gun rights too. He banned the bump stocks. He went around Congress. He advocated for red flag laws. Trump is not perfect in this two-way fight. So, in order to earn my vote, Chris, Trump has to come and apologize for he has to apologize for advocating red flag laws and for not vetoing all the spending bills that he didn't veto. What kind of hunts do you have in Alaska for the month of August? I do caribou in the month of August. Sometimes there's an early moose hunt, and then September is like moose hunt time and duck hunting. So that is. What about a Glock versus a SIG? They're both good guns. I like Glock. I like the older SIGs, the double action with the decocker. Those were my favorite. Hi, new to the group. What's up, Michael Davis? How you doing? Justin Defiblander. Where's that French? Defiblande. You must have had a hard time adjusting to the cold coming from Georgia. Not really. I found, okay, so it's a dry cold. In Georgia, the humidity would make you so hot in the summer, okay? But the opposite was true in the winter. If it was 30, 40 degrees in Georgia, that humidity, still 60, 70, 80%. In the winter, sometimes more than that, that humidity made you feel colder. And if I were bundling up outside and I was doing something in Georgia, I'd have to bundle up as much as at 40 degrees as I do here at 20 degrees. So not really that bad. It was hard to get used to the dark and going out and hiking after dark. So Trump is anti-gun. He's a New Yorker. Yep, he's still a New York Democrat. He did all that free trade and tariffs. Republicans were against free trade until Trump became in office. Or for free trade and not tariffs. Yeah, he's still a New York Democrat. Yeah, he didn't veto a single spending bill, and in 4 years we had $9.5 trillion in new debt plus interest on the national debt. When Obama left office, it was 20 trillion. When Trump left office, all right, and Obama added 10 trillion in 8 years. So Trump was adding it at an exponentially larger rate than Obama, or Obama. So yeah, it's crazy. Georgia get pretty cold sometimes, especially up north. Yep, in Fletcher, I took a black best. I'm assuming black bear with a 10 millimeter. Cool. Not as cold as Upper Michigan where I lived for 2 years. Yeah, there you go. Have you ever loaded 140, 155 grain, 165 grain, 175 grain hard gas and 10 millimeter? I have not. I prefer these 180 grain CKB cast bullets right here. I'm surprised Ken's not in here on the chat talking about them, but yeah. Those are the bullets right there. 110 grain CKB hardcast. Awesome bullets. There's our apex predators. Never assume you're safe around them. Never know. That's for sure. Ron Spomer has a great video with Phil Shoemaker about bears. He's a guide here in Alaska. Cool. Where more in Michigan did you live? I'm getting 40 SD standard deviation and 140 extreme spread with Remington ammunition. Yeah. That's about right. That's actually pretty good for Remington ammunition. And Barnes was loaded by Remington there for a while. If you shoot factory Barnes, it's not quite as bad as Remington, but it's still bad. Like it's still bad. Haven't been in bed. There's high winds and you're extra cold. What's up, Brutal Bob? How you doing? Guide gun choice: 12 gauge side by side or 4570 lever SBR. Oh, what do you suggest outside of these two? I get a 4570. A side-by-side 12 gauge only gives you 2 shots, and you have to waterproof 12 gauge slugs. Most 12 gauge slugs are not waterproof. If you drop them in water for any amount of time, like when my kayak flipped in the middle of bear country, those didn't work when I went to shoot them. Okay. So it is what it is. So I did basic in Georgia, and it gets colder than you think. It was at LOI, and I was in PT shorts. LOL. There you go. Great show. Please continue your good work, brother. Yeah, sure, Vic. Thank you. Washington Reloader. Good. Do you have a favorite 30-06 recipe for black bear out to 300 yards? I don't. I do not own a 30-06 at the moment. Be something I'm interested in getting. I would say that I would like the Barnes 130 or Barnes 150 grain or 165 grain TTSX for 30-06, and then whatever powder, and length you would do. But I have a lot of good luck in those bullets, and I think 165 would be about perfect. And that's when I'm actually going to be using my 300 Win Mag because of the accuracy. But yeah, go get that and go get those and see which one of those was the most accurate. Are you in high elevation or low elevation? Okay, I'm in low elevation. I'm near sea level. I'm about 150 feet above sea level right now. No, not even that. Probably about 75, 80 feet above sea level. Bob. Okay. Let's see. To your knowledge, did any pre-64 Model 70s come with a front blade, rear peep sight? I don't know. I'm not a Model 70 expert. Short barrel shotgun. Okay. Short barrel shotgun. I prefer the 40. I prefer the SBR 4570, simply because the rounds are waterproof naturally. if they're crimped properly and put some primer sealant on them. Whereas you have to put a whole candle wax around the front of the slug. So it is. What are you allowed and not allowed to show in regards to reloading? It seems you can show some components but can't show seating or anything powder primer related. That is correct, Kevin. I'm just grabbing a piece of brass right here. I don't mind showing a piece of brass. All right, but off camera, I'm doing the deburring. Notice that. I'm doing the primer pocket cleaner. There's the tools. I'm doing it off camera, so kind of is what it is. That's where I live. Okay, cool. Another beautiful day. It was gorgeous today. I'm trying to get the fat and the man boobs down, the moobs. So I rode my bike for about an hour today. Worst cold I experienced in Michigan during a blizzard, like -20 or lower with wind chill. First time I felt cold that I was certain would kill me if I got stuck out in it. Yes. -33 is as low as I've seen here. No, excuse me. -27 is as low as I've seen here. My wife saw -33. Let's see. My current wife, obviously, my only wife, in my opinion. For human people, what's the best way you could found to move all of your belongings to AK from the lower 48? Ferry. Ferry. Go on, take the ferry, especially if you have powder and primers. So what heartbreak do you remember most? That would be my divorce about 10 years ago. Where you live in AK? I'm in Glen Allen. I'm near Palmer. I'm near Palmer. That's all I say to people. But yeah, I'm near Palmer. So look at that. I actually caught up with the chat. There's 102 people in here. Hit the like button, guys. All right. Yeah, Glen Allen's a nice place though. Drive through it all the time during hunting season. So kind of is what it is. Yeah, I've seen -59. There you go. Yeah, Glen Allen. Yeah, you've seen some negatives there. You have to have your car inside a garage there. So kind of is what it is. -59. That ain't no joke right there. That is not no joke. So Alpena is a tiny and limited but cute. Never again. Michigan is kind of similar to where I live, Illinois. There you go. You hear about McCarthy Road cave-in? I have not. I did not hear about that. How you doing, Brad? -43 is the coldest I saw in Colorado mountains above 11.5 elevation. Yeah, you're up that high. It's gonna get there. Do block heaters not work well out there? 50-50. Yes, my boss got stuck behind that. Oh wow. There you go. Wow, I did not know about that. I'm gonna have to look this up now. So it's cool. Yeah, block heaters work okay, but you have to get the battery heater and the oil heater too, or not the oil heater, the starter heater. When you're that heading to bed, just stumbling onto your stream. You seem cool, deaf. Thanks for chatting. Thanks, Jasper, for coming in. Have a good night. I know on the East Coast it's really late, so is what it is. So Jasper, Michigan is cold and wet. Cars rust too dang fast. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, cool. Talking about Michigan tonight. That's cool. Nothing wrong with good Michigan place. So I like Glen Allen. It's up there. My first job was in Paxton on the Gocana River, LOL. Does Paxton actually have a town area, or is it just that where the Denali Highway meets the? Yeah, that is. Good night, Chuck. Good. Yeah, good night, Alvaro. Have a good one. Thanks for the live stream. I'll watch the rest later. There you go. Yeah, I'm not even sure how long I'm planning to do this one. I'm just double checking these brasses. Some of them I reamed, some of them I didn't. Some of them I cleaned the primer pockets on, some of them I didn't. So I'm just kind of making sure they're all kind of uniform as it can be anyway. So yeah, have a good night. No, it's a lake and a campground. Yeah, I didn't think there was actually a town there. So thought Paxton had a little township. But cool area at Hogan's Hill. There you go. No, that's where I got married at Jasper. Moved to Wisconsin 2 years later, and now back in Illinois. There you go. Must be a ghost town. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of places in AK that on the map it says this, and then you get there, there's nothing there. Yeah. May happen, not much there. Yeah. Sorry if I'm leaning back a lot. My back hurts from building this wall all weekend. Well, started it last week and got it going. My wife bought me the lumber for Valentine's Day. It's been sitting here that long. So hopefully next week it'll have plywood on it, or next time I do a live stream it'll have plywood on it. It'll be primed and painted. We're going to paint it green screen green so I can do some of those music video things I've done before. All right. No, Amazon does do some of their own deliveries on the road system here. But yeah, I could see where that would happen there. And I have had Amazon packages delivered by UPS or USPS rather. But yeah. So Washington reloader. Have you worked with 28 Nozzler? I'm picking one up tomorrow. I want to know how fast I can get them. I have not worked with 28 Nozzler. The Washington reloader, have you checked out the Reloading Weatherby channel? Have you checked him out? He'd be the one to ask. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they don't ship, like stuff with batteries and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff they don't ship. So it's the hatchery for the PSY I see there. It was in town, but they all died off and Roadhouse caught on fire. Oh, there you go. So where's your buddy Chuck? He's working. He's working. Chuck, that'll be a nice room when you're finished. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm subscribed to him. Good. Yeah, if you haven't gone and subscribed to Reloading Weatherby, go and subscribe to Reloading Weatherby. Highly recommend his channel. It's a great guy. He gives me advice. He's like half my age. He gives me advice. He's a good guy. Very knowledgeable. So, yeah. Shout him out there. So, I goon to you every day, Pookie Wookie. What the heck? Some trolls in here tonight, that's for sure. Jesus loves you, though. How often do you get out and shoot? Usually about every weekend. Do you usually go to a range, or is there more open land to shoot at? A little bit of both. Mostly range, though. So, anyway. Greetings from West Africa, the Gambia. Okay, good. Welcome. All right. We are, this is a shooting and hunting channel, so if there's anything you have related to that in West Africa, it'd be interesting to know, that's for sure. So, if they can't ship anything with batteries, then how do they get there? I'm assuming they come through Canada, or they go on a boat. Yeah, one of the two. But you can't order anything offline with that, and it's weird. It depends on the kind of battery. All Rangers run on a huge generator, but they keep forgetting to refill it because of brownouts and melted TVs. Oh wow. Hi, how you doing, Taylor? If you were lost in the woods for 2 weeks, what one gun would you want with you? That's a great question. And the answer is I don't go out with less than one gun, or one gun or less. I always have two on me. Most of the time I have three. If I'm going out in the wilderness for days at a time, I have usually four. I have a suppressed 22. I have a Glock 20, a 44 mag, and whatever rifle I'm hunting with. Like if I were going to go try to survive the summer in Alaskan wilderness, I would not try. I'm bugging out. I would have my suppressed 22 with me, but I would not have just one gun. That's like the thought. I understand the thought process and the the like list challenge question type thing, but that is uh, um, that is not that. So, what's up, brother? How you doing? Caleb, if you have problems with that, this is not the channel for you. Okay, thank you. All right, one gun, 44 Mag Smith. Yeah, I mean, I literally carried that on my bike, riding the bike in my neighborhood today. So my neighborhood's just one street, so I just rode up and down it, like for an hour. Okay. How can I join your hunting? You gotta get to know me a little bit better first. But yeah, how can I join your hunting? Let's do that. I'll turn that around on you. What can I do? You got a place I can go and hunt? Like, I don't want to hunt lions or elephants or anything like, or giraffes, but you know, like springbuck and kudu and stuff like that. I'm not called Teddy One Gun. There you go. Shoot, someone breaking right now. I got 2 guns I can grab here. I just can't show them on live stream. So, I can show them. I can't handle them. So there'll be guns like mounted on the wall when I get finished with it all. And then yeah, and I plan on seeing those 2 boards going sideways. I plan on putting my moose antlers right there, so that if I get it right on the TV or right on the phone right here, it'll look like I have moose antlers growing out of my head. So anyway, yeah, not called Teddy One Gun. You eat squirrels? Yes, I do. Not my favorite. Pressure cook them and boil them, and they taste like chicken. Is there BLM land or national forest hunt on there? Yes, a lot of public land. A lot of public land to sort out. There's nobody hunts on private land up here. Okay, there's native land that some people pay to hunt on and pay for permits and stuff. The game wardens don't really enforce you trespassing there unless you refuse to leave after they confront you. After the people confront you, but yeah. And so I've been told by game wardens. But yeah, definitely a lot of public land up here. Almost everything's public land. I can answer that. Come to my mission in the fall and on my property. Yeah. So here's my thing, Brutal Bob. I would love to come to your property and hunt. I'm a school teacher. I can't get all those days off for hunting in the fall and hunt here too in the fall. Like I have to pick one or the other. So yeah. Okay, I normally go hunting with my dad, but we don't use guns. We use local trapped. Okay, cool. Is it safe to eat bears? Yes, absolutely. It's safe. Cook it like anything else. You want it to be cooked properly and all that stuff. How often do you see game wardens when you go hunting on public land? I think I've seen them twice in about 8 years of hunting here. Chooks had a lot of run-ins, though. Love to learn where to go shoot duck or goose. Brad, email me, AlaskanBallistics@gmail.com. I will take you duck hunting. First weekend in October, buddy. If it's not already snowed, which it shouldn't be, I will take you to my favorite spot for duck hunting. I might get some grouse too. Do you play instruments out there? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I have a bass guitar and a guitar and a piano and a viola. I play them all. If you see a green trooper, that is game warning. Yep. Dark Side DGM. I'm not sure why 2mm gets so much love in Alaska when it's basically inferior to 357 mag per Buffalo endorsement. I wouldn't call it inferior to a 357 mag. I love Buffalo Outdoors channel. Don't get me wrong. Buffalo Boars Outdoorsman. So I have done Dark Side DGM many 357 mag versus 10mm videos. If you look them up, and especially if you put for bear protection, my videos are the first ones to come up. And and 10mm has almost always outpenetrated the 357 mag. So you have a reliable gun that you clean and keep clean. You have a reliable gun in 10mm. It's in and it penetrates more, and it gets relatively the same energy. There's some, like, especially in the Buffalo Boar Outdoorsman, yeah, the 357 Magnum gets more energy, but it penetrates less. Okay. A lot of times that more energy means that energy is quicker dispersed. Because the hard casts do mushroom a little bit. So especially if you hit bone. So Dark Side DGM, if I can have a 357 Magnum, if I have something close to a 357 Magnum and have 16 shots instead of 6, and there have been people who have gotten off 15, 20 shots at a grizzly bear. You know, I'll do that. Yeah. I play Jewish harp. Cool. I think that's cool. Bear meat is delicious. Yeah, if you cook it right. Depending on the load. Yeah, I've done plenty of 357 Magnum versus 10 millimeter videos. I've done the Buffalo Boar Outdoorsman. I've done the Underwood Hardcast, which the Underwood Hardcast, the 10 millimeter destroys, penetrates more, and has more energy. Why is that? It's simply because Underwood does their ballistics in a 8-inch barrel instead of a 6. So yeah, I like 10 millimeter. It's very popular. Most people who grew up shooting like 9 millimeter pistols and stuff like that can handle a 10 millimeter better. And it's more about accuracy than it is power. Anybody that tells you you need 4,000 foot-pounds to knock down a bear, an 800-pound bear moving at you at 25 miles an hour, okay, is generating 16,700 foot-pounds relative, if I remember my math correctly. Okay, it's over 16,000 foot-pounds. Okay, so it is what it is. So, is what it is. Jeannie Haney, school teacher nicknamed Arizona. Interesting. I'm a school teacher too. I'm nicknamed Chuck. So, I stopped hunting when my dad passed away in 2001. I am now into farming. There you go. There's nothing wrong with farming. Farming's good. Yes, bear is so good. What grain do you shoot for 10 millimeter? I shoot this bullet right here. This is the 180 grain CKB card cast bullet, ckbcastbullets.com. He did send me these to test, and then he loved my video so much he sent me more, and I got to load those this summer so I don't disappoint him. And I bought some more from him. So it is what it is. My coworker said, "Who is that guy looking for a Bigfoot in a tack helmet? He looks like a tool." It was his first Chook vid. Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of that and sending it to Chook, just so you know. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna hold on a second while I play with this screenshot, everybody. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, 357 has a heck of a lot more recoil than 10 millimeter semi-auto. So, yeah, there's that. You get almost the same ballistics. 10-4. I just bought a 44 mag. I have a 357 too. I do want a 10, but always wondered that. Yeah. Yeah, and I carry 44 Magnum most of the time now because I'm better with it than I used to be. I used to be like, I could barely keep them on the chest of a person. Now I can keep them all, pretty tight grouped pretty quickly. So, is what it is. I'm loading up .454 Casull as we speak, then going on to 25 HP. There you go. Never shot a 10 millimeter, but I have seen a lot of 357 mag. I had no idea the 10 millimeter had less felt recoil. I'll have to try it out. Now, if you had 10 millimeter in the same size revolver as a 357 mag, they would have the same recoil. Okay. Dark Side DGM, have a good night, man. But because it's in a semi-auto with a spring and a reciprocating slide that takes some of the recoil for you and runs from the recoil, you have less recoil. Okay. If you put them both in a single shot break action like Thompson Center Contender or whatever, the 10 millimeter is going to recoil, okay, just as much as the 357 Magnum, because it's getting about the same energy, and it's usually using a little heavier bullet because it's a wider cartridge. So yeah, you would get a little bit heavier, wider bullet, and a wider bullet, little heavier bullet, and you would get a little more recoil. Yeah, so this is what it is. Beretta 25 ACP, great pocket pistol. Yeah, they are great pocket pistols. I just don't see the point of them nowadays when you get a 380 or even a 9 millimeter in a pocket pistol. So kind of is what it is. Just, I don't see the point. Could be wrong. Been wrong before. But if you like it, go for it. I'm also building my own tack helmet, but it's for work. There you go. Tommy, 2 guns. What do you do? What do you do that you need a helmet for? Security stuff? If you're going to shoot a wheel gun, yeah, for up here especially, I'll take a 44 over 357 any day. Agreed. I'm with you, Chuck. 50 years ago, 25 HCP was okay. Not today. Nope. I agree. David, yes, I have one along with some Colts and Bowers that was made in Michigan. Cool. That's cool. 50 years ago. Love Colts. They're just overpriced. Yeah, there you go. Ever check out the new Henry 357 revolver? Yeah, I got a short video on it. I don't like it at all. It's the grip had that bird's head, and then it had a straight up portion that was brass, and my hand during recoil would slide into that brass portion and get it every time. I'm not saying it's a bad gun. It works, but is what it is. It would be nice to have a Kunin 357 Magnum just for nostalgia. You'll have to fight me for it if you find a good deal on it. I'm telling you. I'm kidding. I couldn't afford a new gun right now. Anyway, I got medical bills out the wazoo. So, I know y'all know what that's like. So, yep. Yeah, Kunin 357 would be nice. Yep. 1885 with the Magpul furniture got me wanting a 4570 so badly. Yeah, it's nice. Choop just got that, the Marlin Dark. I'm supposed to go pick it up from him so I can review it too, while he's off in the brothels of Asia again. Yeah. I like my Henry though. I really do like my Henry. I have both 357 and 44. What are you trying to take out? 2-legged creatures? 357 is ideal. There you go. Yeah, 4-legged creatures, though. 44. David, my first service revolver was a Python. Then I went to a Bren 10. Oh, nice. Oh, man. I agree on the Henry. Mine gets me right in the crease of the hand. Not super comfortable, but pretty. Yeah, that is definitely a wall hanger gun. Like, I would love to have that hanging on the wall. But, yeah. No cranes for offloads. I just want my own. I'm a health environment safety lead for a seafood place in Zero. Okay. 5.7 by 28 has become my favorite round. It is a fun round to shoot. I would not use it for bear protection, even with full metal jackets or the armor piercing stuff, just because it's just like you got to make a. If you hit the wrong area of the brain, they're not even going to die instantly. They'll die pretty quick, but you want them to die instantly if they're coming at you. So no 10mm while I'm hunting. There you go. I agree with that. But 5.7 by 28 is fun to shoot. Like I would love that. Know exactly what I mean. You know your stuff. Good. So what's the fishing games besides? What's the fishing game besides salmon up there? I hear halibut's good. Halibut is delicious. Halibut is the only fish I love to eat. I'm not a big salmon fan. It can be, if it's cooked right, it's cooked good, but it's, I'm just not a big salmon fan. And so there's that. I love the fishing for grayling. They're pretty good if you cook them right then on the side of the river. If you wait and freeze them, they get pretty nasty. But yeah, halibut for human people is right. I love halibut. Halibut is good. And let's see. So if you have a pond in the south, like in Georgia, and you want to go take a kid fishing, there's usually brim in the pond, and they can throw out a hook and worm and catch a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen brim, catch 40 brim. you can do that here, but it's not brim. It's rainbow trout. There's a lot of places that go and stock small rainbow trout. So catfish is my go-to. Must be the southern in me. Yeah. I'm not a good. I grew up there. And can you say happy birthday, Brindley? Happy birthday, Brindley. Good thick halibut steak. Can't like the cat can never be beat. Yeah. Yeah, that can never be beat. Bluegill are good as well. They're good. Crappie or crappie, as I call them, crappie are really good too. Catfish is nasty. Yep. Northern pike out of cold water is pretty good. Very bony though. Where's South Sun? Let's see. Hills and Hollers. Would be great if Henry made some sort of pistol brace for their mare's leg. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. I'm sure another company does. Salmon is fish poured over with Pepto-Bismol. Halibut's just like steak. I kind of feel the same way. Now I'm never gonna get that out of my mind when salmon is coming. Never again am I going to get that out of my mind. Thanks, Justin. Oh, salmon is just fish pulled over Pepto-Bismol. I like rockfish. I've heard rockfish is really good. Halibut has too many worms. LOL. I know I spend hours cut that out of them. Yeah. We have good sized rainbow trout in our cabin lake. Oh, cool, Brad. Yeah, I might need to go out there, take my 3-year-old out there. Have a nice river right behind my house. Brown trout usually. Okay, cool. Cheeseburger XJ. I still have not gotten a message from you, dude. Walleye is the best too, especially those cheeks. Yeah, okay, cool. Walleye is good. Yeah. I mean, any fish is good if you know how to cook it right. And so I am done with my reloading for tonight. What I was gonna do. So, but my wife and kids are still at home, so I can still hang out here for a little while. I cringe when people order it too, brother. Now king salmon, I'll order king salmon. Forgot the name of the restaurant, but it's over beneath the tower off 88 Tower or something like that. Forgot the name of the restaurant, but they have the best king salmon. Been there twice. I like to fish, but I eat nothing that breathes in the water. There you go. I just prefer halibut over catfish. Yeah, who doesn't? My go-to fish would be eel. The problem is that it's quite expensive. There you go. You gotta do what you gotta do. I get it. Catfish out of cold water is really good. Just don't eat them in the summer. Yeah. Yeah, I can see with that. Very good. I've been to Anchorage a couple of times. Decent. A lot of homeless though. There's a lot of homeless. It's worse now. Refresh my memory. Did you ever test 7mm Magnum Norman Bond strike ammo? No, I did not, Derek. I tested 6.5 PRC. I tested 308, and I have some 300 Win Mag to test somewhere. I do not have. I'll try to find some. I noticed it does not chronograph well. The Norman Bond strike, longer barrels, like my 26-inch barrels, barely getting 180 grain. It was like high 2800s. It was bad. So Copper River sockeye now, it goes into smoker in the morning. There you go. Brining it. Good. Merchant Marine. There you go. Let's see. There you go. Okay, somebody just hid this guy's comment, but it said ain't no like a coho. And I'm like, oh, that's actually true, because a coho is a silver salmon or red salmon. I can't remember. Well, the warm water catfish may be my problem. I'll have to try cold water. There you go. I have lots in 300 Win Mag. Excellent. Cool. What's your reloading night? Well, I was just doing some brass prep on a 300 Win Mag, but I'm done now. So now I'm considering coming up there even more. Need a certification up there first. There you go. Ate at Simon and Seaforts. Okay, Simon and Seaforts is good. They overcooked my steak one time. I said medium rare, and they thought medium well, and they cooked both of our steaks medium well, but it tasted so good that I ate it anyway and didn't complain. Like they have that. Let's see. Crappie is the king of all fish for the table. Yeah, I agree with that. And 49th Street Brewery is a pretty good place. Yep. What is it? It's one of those little house on restaurant. That place is really good. Hey, the sockeye was the best. Zion Kristen, I am not going to answer personal questions about my family. So, dear McFlurry, got a new sweet load. 280 AI, 139 grains LRX. Full case of Superformance, Norma Brass, 210 Magnum Primer, 3,300 feet per second from a 24-inch barrel. Wow. I was getting, with the factory load, 3,400 in 7mm Magnum. Wow. So that's, I was getting that in a 26-inch barrel, 34. So you're literally getting what I get. 210 match primer. Okay, gotcha. My owner feels crappy or bland. By owner, do you mean wife? Marx Brothers. Marx Brothers. That's what I was thinking about. Marx Brothers. Bartling Barrel. They make good barrels. There you go. Thought about spearfishing some lionfish for a while, but I haven't. I've been hearing they've been getting smarter and harder to find. There you go. I wish we had a one day of bow fishing in Alaska. That would be awesome. Where you could see the salmon and just you get like that, and 215 is back. There you go. Sorry, my bad. Can you do the carnivore diet? Is it great? I am trying to go towards the carnivore diet with a few vegetables and rice and starches here and there, but you know, that's the way I'm going. All right, Justin, it's time for bed. Be safe up there. Yes, sir. Did you ever test factory Norma tip strike? I did not test tip strike, only bond strike. I don't really want to test the tip strike. I don't believe in non-bonded bullets up here in Alaska. I really just don't believe they have a use, unless it's coyotes or wolves, but yeah. Sig Sauer, MCX Spear LT, 7.62 by 39 rifle. Ever shot one? Nope. Won one from a local gun store promo and don't even know what I won. Hello. You won a really, really good rifle. Yeah, they have a reputation for being a very good rifle. You know. Night, Justin. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I heard if the ships don't come, the locals say they notice with the food not being available. Yeah. Yeah, there was actually a barge or something that didn't come, and yeah, you can tell occasionally that, yeah, there's some food not available. I switched to no sugar or grains, lost 20 pounds a month. No other changes. Cool. Yeah. I have a really strict diet on what I can eat because of IBS and celiac. So there's no gluten, there's no dairy, there's no soy, there's no corn, there's very little pork, no beans of any kind, no beans, no pea protein of any kind. So South Beach diet's worth less for me. Low carb diet, hard since all my favorite food is Italian. There you go. Hey, you can just go run 10 miles a day and not worry about what you eat. So, I wish it was that simple. I found a rumor to be true. My factory Tikka rifles are indeed slower than most other brands, including high-end barrels. The worst is in 30-06, averaging 2 feet per second slower. Derek, I would ask you this. I've actually gotten some good velocities out of my 270 Tikka. So I'd ask you this. Is it because the barrel is slower or because it's a 22-inch barrel instead of a 24? And I'm going to be honest with you, a 24-inch barrel, if you're using a slower powder like IMR 4831, if you go from 24 to 22-inch, then you're going to lose a lot there. Okay, so cutting out veggie oils has just about stopped my IBS. Yeah. I only do olive oil and coconut oil. That's all I do. I can't do any soy at all, which is what vegetable oil or corn oil. How do I message you on Arms Directory? Hey, do you have the same name on Arms Directory, Cheeseburger XJ? Do you have the same name? I'll message you. Okay, do you shoot 243 Land? The guy that runs my camera sometimes has one, and we've done a couple of videos on it. It's a good cartridge. It works. I did cut out seed oils as well. Yeah, there you go. I have 7 Tikka T3X 270s. Oh, wow. You have 7 of them. All right, cutting out bread and gluten is a real thing. Not LOL, not as much pain from work. Yeah, there you go. Got a Chinese SKS 7.62 by 39 Rose's store here in North Carolina in 1992 for 99 bucks. Triangular blood groove bayonet. Bad it. Still shoots 30 round max fine. There you go. Cool. Yeah. Cook only with butter. I don't cook with butter because I can't have dairy, but yeah. Yeah, I added you on there today under Cheeseburger XJ. If you hit on the top right portion on your phone, there's a messages thing, and then you can just find me. Thoughts on 4570? 4570 is the absolute best gun for bear defense. Lever action, Henry or Marlin, 4570. Is an Alaska caribou hunt really expensive? Not if you come do it with me. I charge you free, but you got to carry half my crap because of my leg and nerve back issues. But yeah, yeah. If you're going to do it yourself, you go up to north to the coastal plain, to the Arctic Ocean, within 50 miles of the Arctic Ocean, you find the caribou. If you're bow hunting, you can just do it from the road. But because of the oil pipeline, Derek, because of the oil pipeline, you have to walk out 5 miles. So I work in pain management too. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't want pain management. I want a pain cure. Barrel length for 4570, 18 to 20 inch. I think less than 18, you might as well be carrying the 454 Casull, and more than 20 is going to be for hunting only, so. I have Inner Arms 243, 40 years old, made in Manchester, England, 2-inch groups at 300 yards. There you go. Elk there too. Rick, there are some elk on some of the islands down near Juneau and on Kodiak Island and a Fognak, which is right next to Kodiak Island, I believe. If I got my geography correct. There is not elk on the mainland, which makes me really sad. Dream hunt as a caribou up there. I'm telling you, rifle, not archery. Okay, cool. Email me, alaskanballistics@gmail.com. Tell me your information. I'll give you a call. So I'll give you a call as soon as this is done. Love the channel. Keep up the work. Thank you, Brandon Klum. I appreciate it. Have you hunted moose? Yes, I got my first moose last year. It was a lot of work. I shot it with my 6.5 by 284. And yeah, is what it is. So yeah, Derek, like I said, AlaskanBallistics@gmail. Give me your phone number because it's not something I want to do over email. I'll call you. Moose is good. Moose is delicious. Just message you on Arms Directory. I should find it. All right, Cheeseburger XJ. And you're the one who wants the old chronographs, right? I will get them to you. You might have to buy the sunshades for them. So I went keto as an excuse for trying new food and still going with it because it cleared up my knee pain that I've had since forever at that point. Cool. Favorite caliber, Lucas Deaton. Rifle caliber is my 6.5 by 284. That's my favorite caliber. Second would be 7mm Remington Magnum. All right. Okay, it's after midnight here, bedtime. Email you in a sec. Okay, Derek, do you want me to call you tomorrow sometime? Just let me know. Elk, really? I grew up in Southeast Alaska. Must be on Prince of Wales Island or Gaston Island. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think Prince of Wales sounds familiar. Moose is my favorite. I'm lucky and I'm able to hunt moose in the fall and bison in the winter. There you go, dude. Blueberry lemonade from 49th Street. This is the best. There you go. Yep, call tomorrow. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow, Derek. 7mm Remington Mag is one of my favorites as well. I work until around 4 p.m. Eastern. That's noon. Derek, that's noon here. I might just be getting out of bed because I'm a school teacher. Yeah. Any of y'all ever eaten muskox? I have not. I heard it's tasty. Yeah. Derek, by the way, where we're going caribou, where you're going to go caribou hunting, you'll see plenty of muskox. So, yeah, that was me. Thank you for sending that out. Well, I hadn't sent it yet. My lazy butt hasn't got it out yet. I want to try barrel one of these days, but I have to take a second job for about the next year to clear up some debt. I get that, man. Bison is really good stuff. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I think the first year there, I saw 70 caribou and I saw at least double muskox. I thought I'd never see a muskox in the wild. And then we saw 30 right on the side of the road right there. Do you have glacier black bears around me? Not around me, but is what it is. What does this channel offer? Rick, so I do everything I can. I measure on the chronograph, any type of gun, ammo combo, and then I will shoot it into pork shoulders and water jugs, or pork shoulders and ballistics gel is what I'm doing now, and pull the bullets out. So I do anything: handgun, rifle, 9mm for self-defense, 300 Win Mag for bears, 338 Win Mag. There you go. Thoughts on the 225 grain spear hot core for the 300 Winchester Magnum? Well, that's a good thought. I just sent Reloading Weatherby a thing on that. Let's see, where's that box at? I've got some 200 grain loaded up right here in 300 Winchester Magnum. So I'm going to try those out. Email sent. All right, Derek, I will call you around just after noon tomorrow, noon my time. What are your go-to factory rounds for 9mm? For self-defense, it's the Extreme Defender from Underwood. It's the Lehigh bullet from the Extreme Defender. And then I would also say that the 124 grain and 147 grain HST are kind of my favorite to go to. I thought I knew a little about bullets, but that sounded like a different language. There you go. Cheesemaker. Barnes makes good 30-06 factory ammo. Yes. And I think they even make that 130 grain in a factory ammo if you wanted to hunt deer and not have all the kick of a big 165 grain or something. There's elk on a Falgnac, but from what I've researched, they're nearly impossible to find. Yeah, you got to have a guide fly you in. Like, it is just as expensive for me to hunt elk here because you got to get a plane and you got to get on a ferry and get to a Fognac Island. You got to get on a plane, all that kind of stuff. You are better off, like, if you want to hunt elk, you're better off going to Colorado or Montana or any of those. Oh, wow. Wild bison or open range bison actually have yellow fat, and the bison is amazing. Yeah, I believe. Now I go with 165 Barnes, and yeah. Well, I mean, you can't beat a 165 Barnes and, that. Why don't you just go bald? I often do. Yeah, I often do. I just have let it grow out a little bit more, but most of the time I shave it off. One more time, I got to write it down. So Rick, you were asking, what is it? What were you asking? Sorry. 142. Go-to factory 9mm. Rick, one more time, got to write it down. Okay. Factory, I like the Underwood Extreme Defender. I like the 90 grain plus B plus. I think it's 90 grain. They also have a 68 grain plus B plus. That thing's smoking. It's an all copper bullet with the twist on the outside. Here, I got a box right here. Okay, this is the 90 grain Naughton plus B. It's 1,400 feet per second, and that's what it looks like. So it's not a hollow point. It's all copper solid, doesn't expand, but the little flutes in the bullet there are supposed to, tear things up as well and cause it to slow down within a human body or within 18 inches of gel. So I like the made by Underwood Ammo, and it's the Lehigh Defense Extreme Defender bullet. I hope you can read that. It's backwards on my screen. So I like that. And then I also like the Federal HST. Here we go. I prefer the plus P. This is the non plus P, but the Federal HST non plus P right there. That is my favorite hollow point. It's been confirmed in testing for me. So if you want hogs, we got plenty here in Texas. Yeah, I do. I would, Evan, I would love to come hunt hogs down there. The Judge, Cheeseburger XJ, the Barnes Vortex with the 150 grain TTS bullet is a great factory load for the 30-06. Yeah, especially for that. I would amend that suggestion with the private land elk hunt. Yeah, you're right, Hotep. So hey, so if Hotep means greeting of peace or an offering, what does Sayorici mean? And what culture is it coming from? I just want to know. I'm sorry if I can't say it right. Vast majority of elk on the Pacific coast is in British Columbia and Alaska came from the Hoh River herd of Roosevelts in Washington. There you go. 168 grain TTSX over Myanmar 4350 or H4350 or Reloader 19, the bomb. There you go. Chuck, have you ever found large rifle primers? I took it finding any here in the lower states. Yes, I have. I've found plenty here. 4350 is a great powder. I use it. Yep. It's like a 4570. Evan Tamlin. What are we talking about? Let's see. Yeah, I'd love to use a 4570 on some hogs down there. Where are you, David? Bought 8,000 large rifle primers, just lucked out and found them driving 5 hours home from my rifle builder. There you go. I reload the 90 grain and made them hot, hot, hot. And wow, best reload I make for handgun rounds 9mm. Yeah. And I do have a plus P plus here as well. Let's see. The plus P plus version is supposed to be going 1550. I haven't tested these yet. They're next on the list. So, what bullet would you use for 9mm if that's all you had to hunt with? Can be either PCC or handgun. First of all, it would be a PCC because of velocities, and I would use this right here, plus P plus Extreme Defender. That's what I would use. So, I have put an Underwood Extreme penetrator through a pork shoulder and was impressed. Compared it against Spear Gold Dots, and the Underwood performed better, hands down. Yeah, not even close as far when you're talking about penetrating stuff. It's not even close. Does the Extreme Penetrator act like a hollow? The Penetrator, no. So on Underwood's website and on Lehigh Defense's website, the Extreme Defender is designed to stop in one 18-inch jail block, and the Extreme Penetrator is designed to stop in 2. I prefer 10mm instead of 9mm. You and me both, the judge. Just getting into guns. Picked up my first handgun, Hellcat Pro. Cool, Rick. Cool, that's a good one. Hellcat Pro is a good first gun. Yeah, that's a good one. I like those. They're running $70-ish a brick in Idaho. Hunter Kirk, it seems like David Thompson is you two are you're gonna have to buy him some primers and he's gonna come up there. Sounds like a plan. Y'all are gonna have to do that. The Underwood penetrated like an FMJ, but it has the wound channel of a hollow point in my experience. So they have said that in actual police shootings using the Extreme Defenders, the cavity wasn't as good as it is in ballistic shell. For human people, elk herd passes on my property every year in Colorado. For human people, you need to invite me down there. Email me at alaskanballistics@gmail.com. Let me know when, where, and what type of license I got to buy and all that kind of stuff. Cow elk hunt. Any suggestions on a reasonable price? My camera guy did one a couple of years ago, and it was not bad at all. I think the guy charged like $900 to $1,000 for a cow elk hunt. You had to buy the tag. I want to say it was Northern Arizona, but I will ask him again. So, yeah, love the Defenders. What do I use? Especially up here where you could have really thick clothing. I would love the Defenders. So, I clocked my 90s at 1600 just out of my P226. Wow, that's awesome. Seoris is an Irish name, pronounced Sersha. Don't ask me why it is. It is because I don't speak Irish. There you go. I was scrolling on TikTok on one day for an idea on a username, and then a video popped up on Irish names. Came up. Oh, cool. What 308 factory round do you recommend for whitetails? 308 factory round. Well, there are a lot of good ones. I would go get any 150 grain locked soft point. So like Remington Core Lock, Hornady Interlock, Whitetail Interlock. I would also try the Barnes 130 grain. TTSX, make sure it's the TTS bullets. They do make that in a factory round. I link to it on my MeWe page a lot, Lucas. And so I would go look at those. Those would be my top 3. I do not recommend anything that is not bonded. I've had the SST, for example, from Hornady blow up on a deer hide a couple of times. So is what it is. Bald. Yep. Okay. For a cow hunt, you can find those about 3,000. Do you hunt suppressed ever? My only suppressor right now is for 22. I'm going to change that in the next few months, I hope. But do I hunt suppressed ever? Yes. I love hunting grouse and squirrels and small game with a suppressed 22. So, yeah. All right, Steve, you are going to be hidden on this channel. All right. Do pay a guide, meet a friend. There you go. Don't pay a guide, meet a friend. There you go. Lucas Deaton, there are tons of good 308 factory lines. Yeah, 308 Whitetail Federal Blue Box Power Shock. That one's actually not that bad. Yeah, I've done the testing. I haven't edited the video because I want to reshoot it. But they did a good job of holding together in 7mm rim mag at 65 yards through a pork shoulder and water jugs. So yeah, the Federal Blue Box is not that bad. It was not very accurate for me, but it was accurate enough to hunt deer with. 150 grain Hornady SSTs, kill shot, 1 round. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the SSTs, but Lapua Mega is factory round for deer. There you go. Remington makes great hunting ammo. Yeah. Yeah, it's good for deer hunting. Remington ammo is good for deer hunting at 50 to 100 yards. It's not a good Western game hunting ammo. My best factory 308 ever was the normal whitetail 150s. Yeah, those have seemed to be, pretty good as well. What's your choice of 12 gauge slug for any purpose? For any purpose, it would be, what is it? Warwolf Ammo's waterproof slug. Because up here, any purpose is that. And cheapest at $22 a box. Yeah. Later, Hotep. It's good to see you. I got some paper bear targets. I want to practice with my bear defense revolver. Should the targets be about 10 yards away? Yeah. Start at 10 yards away and start walking towards them. Or you can do what Chuk and I did in the winter, Bear Claw. Chuk and I made a video, bear charging drill video. And we put a bear charging on a bear target like that on a sled. And had it on a pull sled. And we ended up pulling the sled for each other. And it wasn't coming all that fast, but it got your adrenaline up and it got you shooting fast and not shooting for accuracy, not taking your time and shooting groups at the range. It was like pop, 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 and then that thing was on you. So I'm a pretty slow runner, but yeah, that's that. Okay, here's the question best. First hunting rifle for upstate New York, Adirondack area whitetail. If you are Adirondack, if I'm you're in the mountains, I would be looking at a Weatherby Vanguard First Light. Those are not as accurate as some other ones. I would look at a Kimber Hunter. I would look at any of the Howa light actions. Caliber doesn't really matter. They're all going to put a deer down. 270, 308, 7mm Magnum, 7mm 08, 6.5 Creedmoor, all going to put a deer down. So yeah. So it is what it is. Right now can get factory Norma Bond Strike 180 grain and 308 for $23 a box. That's awesome. That's a good bullet too. The bullet's good. How often do you change out springs in your Glocks? Not often at all. Me personally, never. Yeah. I never change out springs in my Glock. The only one that has a different spring is my Glock 29. And then my Glock, and it's right behind me. I can't pick it up right now. My Glock 21 that I've modified to shoot for 45 Super, and then my 10mm. So, and that's all because I'm shooting heavier loads in them. So that's that. Well, guys, I got to get some food in me. So my wife's coming home. So guys, I really appreciate it. I've got 30 likes and got a lot of views, so I appreciate it. A lot of people here, a lot of new faces. So please subscribe if you think I'm good enough. Once I get this wall built behind me, it's going to have my moose antlers on it from this past year. So EDC. I EDC a Glock 29. Glock 29. Simply because of you never know what you might need. So good night. I did hit the like. Okay, thank you. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Have a good one. Godspeed and good hunting to all of y'all. And only big bore Glocks for me. 10mm and 45. All right. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night. And we'll see you later.